One, and we're live. All right. We need some sort of like intro music, and like Linus Tech Tips does.
Go.
I can only hear like 3 of those claps there, or 3 of the hits.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Anyways, welcome everybody to another episode of This Week in Tech. And oh man, I can really hear the echo right now on my end. But yeah, welcome everybody for another episode. I still think maybe we need to change this to Last Week in Tech because we were so close to the beginning of the week now.
Why don't we just call it Talkin' Tech?
Talkin' Tech. We might even just do that. Just something.
And we don't have to worry about it. It's like, you know what? We want to bring up tech from 10 years ago. We'll do it.
Why not?
We're just talking tech.
Yeah.
We try to talk. We try to keep people up and up, but whatever.
Yeah. We just talk tech. So yes, thank you everybody for stopping by. We missed last week. So far we only have 3 people. Hopefully that picks up. But you know what? The 2 people I see in chat right now, Mark Gump and Alan Buckley. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Do appreciate it. We got some interesting ones. There's some really weird ones this week. There just wasn't much in the tech news that I'm like, yes, let's do this. I mean, there was some stuff, but not nothing that I was really super excited about. So before we get started though, Justin, I forgot to do the intro. I am Carl, aka the real Ginger Tech, and to this side of me over here, to that side of me over there is Justin, aka Justin Tech, and yeah, welcome. How are you, Justin?
I'm good. I'm a little bit sore, and I don't know why.
His wife beats him.
Probably.
Somebody is.
She's a lot better at games than I am.
Anyways, anything new in your world lately?
I got my Go XLR. It took me a little bit to get that up and running. It's going all right. I mean, there are some features. There's not as many inputs on that than I was using on Voicemeeter. So, I have to.
How many Voicemeeter have?
I had 5. There's 4 on the Go XLR. 4 sliders that I can use.
Oh, the sliders. Okay. When you said inputs, I was like,
I also am not using like the aux in or,
Yeah, because there's sample, system, line in, console, which is.
And it doesn't work.
Weird. The line in and console is the weird same. I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Music chat and like.
It doesn't work with RTX broadcast or NVIDIA broadcast, the RTX voice as well.
Oh, as well, yeah.
In order to use NVIDIA, so the way that they want you to do it with the Go XLR is everything comes out one output, and then you have a separate output for your chat that goes to like Discord or something. That's not going to your stream. And then you can use the Go XLR to like mute the Go XLR's chat mic, and you can still talk to your stream, but Discord's not hearing you, or the other way around if you needed to for some reason.
Yeah.
You can do that. But in order for me to use RTX voice with the stream and not just Discord, what I have to do is use the voice mic, the voice output,
the chat output.
The chat output, and have that go to RTX voice, and then capture the RTX voice and send that both ways, which is okay, but it means that it doesn't give me that option to mute it right through the Go XLR. I have to mute it in the other software, like I have to mute myself in Discord or mute myself on the stream.
That's where the Stream Deck comes in, because you got that new keyboard that you got those G keys that are also double as Stream Deck keys, so you just throw it on there. That's right. I mean, that's how I primarily use it.
It was a minor inconvenience, but it felt like I bought this thing and then I can't use all of the features of it because of the way I'm trying to use stuff. It's like, well, is it even that
Stop
much better
trying to
than what
use
I was
stuff
doing
weird.
before? And
Yeah,
it is. It is. I use the sliders a lot. And
Yeah.
I figured out something that you can do if you're going to record and upload your videos later. OBS can capture without streaming the rest of your audio, or the audio as separate channels at full volume, ignoring where your sliders are at. And so if you had something that got really loud, you can lower that in post when you're
I
re-editing
suppose
for
that's really smart.
So you just set those to a different channel, because when you're streaming, channel 1 goes out to your stream. The rest of the channels don't, but they can still get recorded. So there's some cool things you can do there. My wife has the Rodecaster Pro now.
Yep.
And she's been using that. She's used it a couple times. It seems to be working out for her. And at work things are shifting around again, and I'm moving back to the development manager. So I'm working for the dev team again, which is where I probably should have always been. There are pros and cons to both situations, but it's more pros than cons for me to go to the dev team. So
yeah, right.
That's everything in the past 2 weeks.
Just go with it.
So, how about you? What you got going on? I know you've rearranged.
Yep, I know. I'm a little better set up here. I'm going to take control just to kind of. It still needs some work. I've still got some boxes like right over here of stuff, and got the desk in the back. That's going to be my Lego area. Yeah, because if you look right here, it's kind of blurry, but that is box 1 of 4 for my ultimate Millennium Falcon that I'm just regretting buying because it's going to take me approximately
6 months,
6 years just to assemble that. No, yeah, so yeah, things are going well here. Getting settled in. Work has been good. Getting into the groove of things there, so that's nice.
Miss any of your old coworkers?
Oh, of course. You just sometimes you develop those bonds. And, yeah, but and then I got one new piece of technology.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll say just one because the other one's really just not that important. Well, let's see if I can get this to autofocus quicker than before. So these are the Samsung Galaxy Pros. Get off my face. Come on, Sony. Get off my face.
There we go.
Yes. So I got these. Yet another pair of headphones that I didn't need, but why not? I can't seem to find my Pixel Buds, which makes me sad. So hopefully they turn up, but yeah. They're the also orange ones that they don't sell anymore. So I have to eBay them or something. But aside from that, yeah, really nothing else too terribly new. Talking about Legos there for a second. There's a new Lego set. This is a segue. Actually, hold on. Before we get into that, we got some new people in the chat. Stormer, hey, thanks for stopping by, Stormer. We also got Bill the Man Wilson, and Larry finally showed up. He was late. He was enjoying some roasted peas. And God, Larry, you're weird. Yep, Stormer is expecting Thursday nights, but yeah, these Tuesday nights. Yeah, unfortunately, just Thursday nights don't work for me with my new job. Deal with it. No, I'm just kidding. No, appreciate you adjusting your schedule there to join us on Tuesdays here. Yeah, Larry, roasted peas. We're playing Among Us last night, and Larry's just munching away on these things. I'm like, what are you eating? He's like, roasted peas. I'm like, what? And they're crunchy. I'm like, who has crunchy peas? They're roasted peas. Weirdo. But we all knew that about Larry. But anyways, a little bit of Lego talk here because I found this today and I'm like, oh my gosh. Let's see, my webpage. Look at that. Lego announces its biggest and most detailed space shuttle yet. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's like 21 inches long, 13 inches wide. I'm going to be buying it because, it just looks cool. And I think once I get my Saturn rocket set up, this would be a good just go right alongside it. Look at that detail. So awesome. And it comes with the satellite. Yeah, the Hubble telescope.
Nice.
Yeah.
It does look better than the previous ones.
It's just the little more details. It had something like, where was it? Custom pieces, three newly designed pieces. So you always know it's good when you get a new Lego piece out of the deal. So,
yeah,
but it's only $200, and it's like 2,354 pieces. I think that one
might be on the list. I got my brother-in-law doesn't watch, I don't believe, but we've already purchased his birthday or Christmas present. They're about the same time. We're not sure which this will be. Let me find it real quick here. Here we go.
Oh yeah, the Lego Creator set. I have the Mustang from that set. It's nice.
Yeah, he rides a motorcycle, a Harley motorcycle. And his is blue, but and he's got the really long handlebars. And so he's not a huge Lego guy, but he'll like those.
Yeah. No, that's an awesome one. There's always some Lego for somebody.
Yeah.
According to Alan, I have a piece of food in the middle of my mustache. And so I don't think he realizes this is a gray hair right here. If that's what he's talking about, that's a gray hair. Because I'm looking, I don't see anything. I just see the gray hair. It sticks out like a sore thumb. So, pluck that one right out. I'm getting too old.
So there is nothing like peas. So are they like the pea pod peas, or are they like just a little round?
Understanding. Like green peas, but then you roast them so they're crunchy. I guess it's kind of like a corn nut. Have you ever had a corn nut?
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan.
They're too hard. My teeth are weak.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna break my teeth when I chew on them.
Yeah, I've got some dental work I'm getting done, and I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I can't eat that crunchy stuff. I used to eat it when I was younger. Maybe that's why. Let's see. When you move, the standard location for what you can't find is it's in a box on a shelf. So the thing is I used it recently, like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at most ago, and then I just don't know where they went.
Center console of your car, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping they turn out, because, like I said, I really liked them. Sound quality, I'd say these are a little bit better. I wouldn't say they're anything like leaps and bounds above the Pixel Buds, but I like the Pixel Buds. Yeah, that's all. Anyways, yeah, Larry and his weird snacks. He gets them from the Amish store. My Firefly poster is missing because I changed camera position again, so I might need to just buy another Firefly. Oh, wait a minute.
You have the one here.
Well, no, I have another one. Hold on.
Okay. Little round peas. Yes, some crunchy. Under the car seat. Yeah. Could
So
totally be
it's
under
not
your car
the same
seat.
one. It's not the same one, but there's a Firefly poster right there.
That's similar to the one that you have here.
Yes, because it was a 2-pack that I bought.
Nice.
Anyways, crunching order. Oh yeah, Alan says he's gonna order that one. but it doesn't come out until April 1st. I'm grabbing it the first second it's out. Oh yeah. No, I think that's going to be a good one. They have a bunch of new Lego sets being
April
announced.
1st. Are you sure they're coming out with a new set?
Yes, because there's like either that or they're lying about a lot of sets. Because I feel like there's some Star Wars ones coming out. Yeah, no Lego Firefly yet. I wish.
I'm sure. There's like the site where people build kits that are not normal sets,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure that you can get a Lego.
There's. I mean, yeah, I'm throwing up my page real quick. Boom, right there. Somebody's already come up with one.
You hit it as I was hitting mine. Now no one's gonna see what I was showing.
Okay, then show what you. Oh God, that one looks amazing.
I think that's I think that's the other angle of maybe the one I was looking at. Kind of. But yeah,
this one has the little ship.
This one's huge. Look how big that one is.
Okay, hold on. Which one? Oh, that's that. This one. Yeah, I want that one. A 7 foot long. I don't know. No, yeah. I don't want that one. I changed my mind. That's just. Anyways, this isn't the
life
Lego
size. Life size. We got to build a life size one.
Oh God!
It'll go at the Lego store up in the Mall of America.
Yep. We'll take everything you have. Anyways, let's move on to some tech. Enough about Legos. We need to get real serious about Tesla. Tesla. So I'm just going to throw over there. China is cracking down on use of Tesla vehicles, citing privacy concerns. Aren't we always accusing them of privacy concerns? Like China, not. I mean, I'm not saying that it's valid, but I feel like isn't TikTok based out of China?
Yeah. Didn't TikTok get sold, and that's why it's okay now?
Yeah,
but it was.
That's why it's okay now. But at the time, it was based out of China, and then Huawei, isn't that Chinese?
No, Huawei is Korean, isn't it?
Oh, is it Korean? Okay. I feel like what the heck, and yeah, but anyways, getting past that. So China is prohibiting military and government personnel from using Tesla vehicles, citing a potential security risk posed by the electric automaker's data collection. I'm just curious, like what data could actually be pulled from a Tesla that outside of mapping, or I guess maybe it's got
mapping might be enough. Mapping might be enough because
if they're driving into secure locations,
they said government, right?
Yes,
government
from its military and government personnel.
Yeah, based on traffic patterns, you will know where main sites are, sub sites are.
Okay, you know what? That does make sense.
That's enough. It is headquartered in Shenzhen, China. You were right about Huawei. It's China.
Okay, see, I thought it was China. And I'm not trying to say like you were wrong, but I really wish I had some celebration music to say I was finally right.
Yeah, Huawei is China. LG is, I think it's Korea or something like that.
That does sound right, actually. So yeah, I mean, like, are they just getting back at us for always accusing them, or what? I don't know.
And well, I mean, they just
go ahead.
They know how easy it is.
Just made that comment earlier. I was just like, oh God. Oh,
it's hard to make it and be just as impactful the second time you say it.
Yeah,
the first time is always so much better.
Yeah, you can't recreate that magic.
Because I was trying to find the right spot to throw that back in there, but it never felt right.
No.
And then I had to force it, and nothing feels right when it's forced.
No. God. Oh, nobody take that any other way than he means it. Anyways,
what other way can you take that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up. Tesla's latest company get caught up in simmering trade feud between the U.S. and China, and that's what this is kind of what led me to bring this up. Is I don't think it's necessarily so much a truly security risk aspect like they're saying it is. I mean, I'm sure that there is some truth behind that and there's some concern behind that. But I think it's genuinely more of a just kind of pissing match between us and China.
It could be. I mean, I could see them doing
trade
some
negotiations
kind of
right now, without getting into politics. Trade negotiations right now with China are just junk.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's a lot going on there, and we're not gonna get into any of that, but there are legitimate security concerns, but there are other ways around those security concerns versus
agree.
just stop using them entirely.
Yeah.
Although if you turn off all of its tracking and connections, does that mean you stop getting all the updates? And if you stop getting the updates, what's the point of having a Tesla?
Or you just get a giant Faraday cage around the sites that you don't want people to know about.
Well, then you'd still track them, and then like, oh, suddenly they're gone. Now we know those are the important ones.
Right? See, I would do that. Or I see, that's where I would fool you guys, because I'd put that around like Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. So you'd be like, this guy's serious about what's going on. I don't know what's at this location, but man, he just disappears for about an hour at a time every time he goes to this location. And then you'd pull up on Google Maps and be like, it's an effing Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe it's some secret underground base. Who knows?
That reminded me of an interesting history story. During World War II, did you know about the inflatable cities and armies that were inflatable?
No.
So let's see here. I'm trying to find World War II visual guide to inflatable. Yeah. Okay. So here's an image. Let's go to my screen. So there's a real tank, and next to it's the inflatable tank. From a distance,
you can't tell the difference. So it makes it look
you
like
can't
you
tell. So you throw a whole bunch of these, and it's like, oh, they're all coming from the west, and then you come from the east.
Yep. Yeah. That's smart. That's smart.
And it was used a lot for like satellite pictures. Oh, here's one that's like cardboard. And
now I just kind of want to make a cardboard tank.
Not satellite, but surveillance, where they had planes flying over. They would see all these things, and it'd be like,
it would be such a low resolution that it looks legit. Yeah.
Or you're trusting people's just eyes because they weren't taking pictures.
I saw like
tanks. Yeah, there's like way more than they thought they had way over here, and then they're all inflatable, or maybe half of them are inflatable.
Yeah. The whole thing with China and Tesla is, if I remember right, I mean, they were pretty like in support of Tesla and I mean just electric vehicles in general. So for them to say this now, like, I think it's more something else more so than just the security risk.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're right, because at the same time, if they didn't have a Tesla, they could track your phone, track.
Yeah, and I just read this too. The decision against Tesla seems to mirror U.S. restrictions against Chinese company, including smartphone maker Huawei, which it deems a potential security risk. I think it's just,
you're gonna ban us, we're gonna ban you.
Exactly. It's
just pettiness.
I'm not coming to your birthday party. You're not coming to mine. Wow. Yeah, it's yeah. I saw that. I'm like, really? Can't we all just get along? I mean, we all want some electric vehicles eventually.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many electric vehicles that are like on the horizon. My brother just got a car over the weekend. Alex, he bought a van. It's a plug-in hybrid Chrysler Pacifica. It's got like a 35-mile range on the battery, which is not 35? Bad.
Oh, yeah. It's a hybrid, right?
Yeah. Hybrid, yeah. It's a plug-in hybrid. So the first 35 miles is 100% battery, and then it goes into gas. 35 miles is more than they usually drive. So in theory, going back and forth on their trip will be most, if not all, battery power, and then just plug it in when they get home. And it's almost basically as good as an electric vehicle for them, except when they do need to go to Rochester or wherever.
Then it just
kicks over into gas, and then you got a generator on board.
All right, there's an electric car that I think should have been put into production years ago that you may or may not have seen. Are you ready for this? I'm specifically trying to hide it from you. So this first picture is just a Dodge Charger Hellcat, because I want you to see the Hammerhead Eagle Eye Thrust. You ever seen this thing before?
No, I have never.
Let me find a better picture. Oh, here we go. So there's a show called Top Gear that some people, watch, like myself. And so they get these missions per se, or these tasks that they have to do from time to time. And so in this particular episode, they were tasked with making their own electric vehicle. And so the nice thing about this electric vehicle is its mileage is insane. So legitimately insane on this mileage. So it's all 4-wheel electric motors. It's got a big old battery bank, but not too crazy big, not far off from what you have in like a Tesla or anything. But what gives it its range is its diesel generator it's got in the back. So it has a top speed of 15.4 miles per hour. It has a 0 to 60 of never. Its power is 3.37 base horsepower, running off of 19 battery 96 volt electric motors, and it has a backup 12 gallon 16 volt diesel generator. That's the type of electric vehicle that we need.
So, quick.
You have to watch a clip on that at some point. It's hilarious.
Quick question.
Yes.
Take a guess. What year was the first electric car built?
First electric car?
Yeah.
1979.
Way off.
Even before then?
Yeah. Way off. More than 100 years off.
What?
The first electric car was a small locomotive created by American inventor Thomas Davenport in 1834. 1834.
See, hold on. Let just scroll up just one click. Nope, you went too far. Right, just down one more click on your scroll wheel. But it ran on a track and can't really be described as a car in any practical sense.
Okay, yeah. First practical electric car is 1884, still over 100 years before you.
No, not over, because I said 79.
Oh, you said 79.
Less than 100 years.
95 years. Okay. The first viable cars were...
Mark up straight up puts late 1800s before you would have said anything. That's not bad.
Yeah, Mark Gump. Okay, so the first electric vehicle of sorts would be 1834. The first electric car would be 1884.
Yeah, I'll give you the 1884.
And those. So the first mass-produced vehicle was the Model T, gas-powered, but the vehicles were being made before then, and there was a mix of steam power. So steam power would have been actually technically first, and then electric and gas were like right next to each other. Let's see here. Vehicle powered by a gas engine was the first one was created in 1885. So 1 year after the first electric car. So the electric car, technically before the gas car. But there were steam cars before that, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Henry Ford's wife had an electric car. Larry, I just
I
think
gotta
you're
look it
making
up.
stuff. Mark Gump says he would drive the Hammerhead Eagle eye thrust. Just want to point that out.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me.
So Stormer says, and sorry, just we're bouncing to the chat here because we haven't really caught up with them. Talking about some cardboard on his Jeep, some Lego stuff. Stormer says, I must have missed that episode. I've always liked the American version personally. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly addicted to the BBC version. So definitely check it out.
So Clara Ford, Henry Ford's wife, drove a 1914 Detroit Electric. She didn't even drive a Ford.
What?
Wow, that is some facts there. Learning things every day.
I'll be dipped. Personal car of Clara Ford.
Yeah, a Detroit Electric, and that looks like it was very possible that electric cars. It probably was a range thing back then. That electric cars, it had they figured out range back then. Electric cars might have been first.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing is I mean, even up until within this last decade, electric cars were really kind of a pipe dream. I'd say maybe last 2 decades, simply because of battery power or like distance. You know, the battery because you know when did the first nickel cadmium battery come out?
And Larry, I didn't doubt you. It was interesting enough to take time out to figure out more info about that, and the fact that it wasn't even a Ford. It wasn't even a Ford. It was handmade, apparently.
That is fun, yeah. So first nickel cadmium battery was created in 1899. Lithium.
So nickel cadmium would be decent rechargeable, but they don't really add much for range over the traditional lead acid batteries. Although, when was the first lead acid battery?
Well, nickel cadmium is your traditional battery, like what you find in cars.
Is that? I thought it was lead acid.
I thought that was nickel cadmium. What kind of battery is in my
It was
car?
1859.
I need to rephrase that. Yeah. You figure out what's. I thought they were nickel cadmium was in the cars.
NiCads are in like RC cars. They look like C-cell batteries.
It's gonna be an awkward silence while the type of battery is a car battery. Car battery. Really? You just can't. Automotive battery.
Let's do automotive battery.
Oh, no, you're right.
Chemistry.
Are lead acid type batteries. So, anyways, lead acid type batteries. Those it was. Oh, lead acid was the first. Then nickel cadmium. Anyways, I digress. You know, the biggest holdback was longevity because while, you know, these batteries are good for cars for short, just powerful burst, they don't have that standing power, you know, that long drive.
You needed lithium ion to get the power density that you need. And then lithium ion batteries needed to progress to the point where they were usable, you know, rechargeable. They're you know, get the quirks worked out of them. And by the time that hit, the infrastructure for gas cars was everywhere, and they didn't stand a chance until they got cheap enough and gas got expensive enough.
Yeah. So, and now, we have that longevity somewhat. I mean, it's still growing. I mean, it's a lot way better than it was, but like that's always been the kind of that holdback for electric cars in general. Whereas in 1914, they didn't have that with Clara Ford's car. So
Yeah, they didn't
anyways,
have much choice, so the range would have been minimal. Like 35 miles would be pushing it probably. And there's no superchargers, so
no superchargers. So that was slow trickle charging. Alan says then there's the fight for home electric, which Edison wanted to be DC, right? AC. Yeah, we'll save that for another history debate later on.
That's like an hour-long conversation about is Edison a bad person or is Tesla crazy?
On the topic of electric cars, so I found this guy. BMW unveiling in the exterior of its i4, its first electric sedan, and I dig it.
I like electric cars that don't look like electric cars.
That's my biggest thing. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Tesla this, Tesla that." You know what? They may perform well, they may drive well. I just don't think they look very well.
They just
kind of look like a monkey eye of sorts.
You know who the YouTuber Simone Gertz is, right?
No,
she made Truckla.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
She had an electric vehicle before then. It doesn't look like an electric vehicle to me.
Well, we can come back to that after we finish talking about the i4 here. We're not just gonna stop mid conversation. I'm just kidding. No, I do want to see that after this though, but I do want to point out this. So this is their first attempt, and BMW, they just, they always make good looking cars. I think they did it right, minus one thing. Why does this strip need to be right down the middle? Why can't we just carry that on over?
Because then it doesn't look like nostrils.
Yeah, that just looks weird. I guess it does.
Does the BMW currently have like their gas version? Is that the 2022 BMW?
Supposed to be let's see, by the end of the year, so I guess it could be a 2022. It'll offer the performance of an M model, M performance model. So like I just, I'm gonna
so 2022 BMW iX. Let's just look like a 2021, a current gen BMW. Yeah, even right now, a lot of their vehicles, new 2021 4 Series announced. It's got the line down the middle. It's just what they're doing. It's nothing to do with it being electric.
Well, then in general, they just need to stop.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look so bad on this car.
No,
probably because of the amount that's there.
Yeah. So I just pulled up this picture. You know what? I'm going to just open a new tab. Okay. So here's a picture of Teslas, right? Can you name all four of these, Justin? Which one's which?
The closest, that one is the Model Y.
Okay.
The next one's the Model X.
Weird football shape. Yeah. Next one.
That one looks like the S.
Okay.
And that's a 3. Or that could be a Roadster. I'm not 100% sure. And the last one, if the third one's the S, the last one's the 3. If the third one's the Roadster, the last one's the S.
Gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure on those ones. They're a little bit too far away.
And I don't know either, but I mean, they just like this one looks like, I don't know. It's there. I think my problem is the way their body lines are for where it hits that glass and then goes whoop, way up and then back.
Well, the roof is all glass.
This one, I know, but this one's the weirdest. Like I feel like you have like this really like flat, like not thick front, and then all of a sudden it's just like and just jumps up.
Yeah, I mean that's like, what a lot of vehicles do. Like look at
So okay, let's see. Let me find which one that one is there. Oh, here we go. Oh, here, yeah. SEXYR. Okay, R might have my good graces here, but so the E.
that's a
I think
3.
that was the one. Or is that 3? Is that what
That's the
supposed to be?
3. That
I just know goes to show how much I know about Teslas.
the model they don't have a Model E. They have a Model 3, which is a backwards
Okay.
E because he didn't want it to be super obvious that he named his cars sexy.
Gotcha. No, I just want the picture, guys. I don't need anything else. So I feel like it just really if they had brought this out a little farther and went with less of a point, it might be a little better. I
think that
it's
what
something
you're
about that
seeing,
profile.
yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so like here's my car. So I have a 2000. Let me do 2013 Ford Fusion. I think my car just looks nice.
Well, okay.
Profile view.
Quick look at this car. Okay.
Your car? Okay.
Same thing.
Hold on. I can only see like part of it. Okay, there we go.
Narrow front, bumps up.
So now hold on. The thing here is look at this. This is intentionally meant to be like a sports car, which has that elongated front. Elongated front in an Aston Martin there. And then let's come back to this Model 3 with this little stub nose thing. And then this just big body behind it.
I guess I don't see the difference between the Aston Martin. You can go back to yours.
That one? Okay. So there's that. And what was the Aston Martin there? What year was that one you were looking at? Okay, well, let's just look at Aston
DB11.
Martin.
Yeah, the front is
DB11.
longer, but that's not always the case.
The DB11.
That's what it
The
says
2021 looks just wicked. We're gonna get way off topic at this point. While we're looking this up, let's just do a little bit of chat. 35 miles is pushing it. I agree, Carl. Yes, finally somebody agrees with me. Carl. I agree with Carl. Tesla just looks odd. And I'm just kind of picking on this one primarily.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it doesn't look a little bit odd, but because it doesn't need an engine in front and to make it more aerodynamic, they're gonna do that. It's a cross. In my opinion, it's a cross between a sports car like that Aston Martin and what is the hybrid? The hybrid that they like, the original hybrid. I can't even think of the name right now. My mind is blank.
Prius. Oh, that's why I don't like it. Okay.
It's halfway between. No. Imagine.
No, now I see it. Now that you
halfway
mentioned
between the two. It's
Okay,
getting the aerodynamics of a Prius.
So basically, we're going Prius all the way up to here. Like that's the line, and then it goes sports car.
Well, I mean, okay, look at this Prius.
I just yeah, that's
it's more along.
Priuses are fucking hideous.
Right, but the thing is, that's how you get the efficiency.
Yeah,
and more gas mileage is by being is having those angles. So it's trying to take the efficiency, the fuel efficiency, and the aerodynamics of a Prius. What gives it the high fuel efficiency, which allows the batteries to go even further, but trying to push it more towards sports car and hitting that uncanny valley of cars. Where it's not a Prius, so it's not like that electric grandma car, but it's also not quite a sports car either. It's the uncanny valley of the.
That's the weird homunculi thing I'm talking about. It's like it's not one, it's not the other, and there's another thing that comes to mind that's just like why, and that's this guy right here. This is not a Mustang, damn it. It does not a Mustang.
It's the same thing.
I know. It's you.
It's the halfway between two things.
Why? No. Okay, this one, at least in name, should not be a Mustang. Because once again, we've taken some sort of, what is it? The Ford, not the Explorer. It's like a smaller version. The Edge, Ford Edge, I think. Like from the trunk all the way up until this right here, the glass is all Ford Edge. And then you have like a Mustang front end thrown on the front of it.
They should just call it a Taurus.
A Taurus?
Ford Taurus.
Because
did you know that the Ford Taurus has a car, a station wagon, and a crossover SUV?
Didn't know on the third one.
And I'm pretty sure.
So see, like, okay, to me, like this general body,
it's a Ford Taurus X.
Ford Taurus X. This for me is more of an SUV. Like, stop trying to like. This is a hybrid SUV meets sports car. Don't do that.
Here's
yeah. Let me see what you're talking about.
Ford Taurus X. These are all Ford Tauruses.
Oh, it's like 2008, 2009. Really? You're going to bring these up? Those things are pieces of...
I'm pretty sure they were bringing it back. I don't know when the last time they made the Ford Taurus X.
Yeah. I know like the new Ford Tauruses aren't bad looking at all.
No. But if they made the Ford Taurus X today, it would probably look just like the Mustang.
Stop trying to mix shit. Come up with something new. And I want to point out, Markham says that is not a Mustang.
No, it's not. And a lot of people agree.
I know. We were talking about this beforehand. Let's go back to the chat here. We're going to get off the electric car talk.
Yeah, they only made the X 2008 and 9.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a stretch there, but it's still, they put the Taurus name on anything.
Yeah, and funny thing is, Tauruses used to be like junk back in the 90s, like late 90s, early 2000. Ford Taurus, you don't ask anybody that owned one if they had transmission problems. Yes, they did.
I had a 93 Taurus, and I loved that car. I kind of wish I still had it.
You had early, maybe before then, because it was like late 90s, early 2000s was like everybody I knew, because you'd see them just transmission.
I had a 2003 Taurus.
Did you?
Yeah.
And did you have transmission problems?
No.
Tell me you had transmission. No?
Nope.
Wow.
It worked great till the day I traded it in.
You got lucky.
Probably.
Lydia says electric bills are going to soar. Welcome, Lydia. Thanks for stopping by. Larry says I want solar panels to charge my electric car. If I ever buy a house, I'd probably get solar panels like for the whole house, because you can make some money that way. You sell that electricity right back to the city.
Dave has panels on his house.
Yeah. And what's his electric bill like?
He's got panels, he's got batteries. I don't think he pays electric.
Yeah, that's what right?
I'm pretty sure he's kind of like me. He's got all the tech and he's got servers and stuff in his house.
Yeah.
He downgraded some of his servers, but I'm pretty sure even with all that, he breaks even.
That's pretty good then.
But I think he's got optimal visibility on his roof line. Although my house does too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you should get some too. Lydia also says, just don't get the truck. That is ugly. I like the truck in the sense that it should have been a concept car, not put in production.
There are reasons to like the truck, and while I probably personally wouldn't buy one, the fact that it gets that much battery and that much power down to that price is 100% the cause of the way it looks funky. Is because they don't have to paint it. That's half the time it spends in the factory is painting and waiting for the paint to dry. So they can get it out the door faster because they don't have to paint it. Then it's also got those weird angles so that it can be one sheet of metal cut and folded.
Yeah.
Saves on material and processing costs there too. So you save on everything else.
Now,
so
I
that
think
you
I may have
save
found
money
a
for the
Tesla
battery.
truck that I would buy though.
Truckla?
Right here.
Yeah. I think
That's
that's a
actually, you know
concept
what?
photo. Did
That would
Ford
be,
make
I
an
mean, like,
electric
oh,
truck?
look at that. I would buy. That just looks like futuristic and slick right there. Like,
I think
so short nose, which to me makes more sense with this kind of dome shape they've got going. Yeah, I would buy that. I would live in that because that'd be
Ford
all I'd be able to afford.
Ford's making an electric truck too.
Are they really?
The F-150 electric, and it's 2023, so it's not coming out for a while. And this is the promo photo for it.
That's all you can give us.
That's all. That's all it's
You
got.
sons of bitches.
That's all they got. It's 2023.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the electric vehicle talk with what were you gonna show me earlier? It was Truckla's previous
Truck. So
thing.
Truckla is Simone Gertz. She made
Yep.
Truckla.
Yep.
Before that, she did
Took a
have.
Tesla, brought it up, and made a truck.
Yeah, she took the Model 3.
Yep. Okay, so before that, what did she have?
I don't remember if it was electric to start with or if she had to make it electric. I don't remember.
You know, I think I've seen that somewhere before. Oh no, it's just something really similar. Remember Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh yeah.
This is some of the cars they had in there, and they just look. And I like how I type in that, and all of a sudden, the Tesla truck pops up here. Come on. But yeah, like kind of weird little cars. Anyways, let's just really quick wrap up with chat here. Like get caught up in chat. Entry bills. Don't get the truck ugly. Wouldn't mind someone giving me one. The style is fine. Are you saying the style of the truck? We can't be friends anymore. Like, no, I'm just kidding.
The Tesla truck or the Mach E?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd pick if somebody said you could have one or the other, I'd pick Mach E.
And me too. I'm not even I'm not a Mustang fan. I'm not like super against Mustangs. I just think that there are too many of them and they kind of take over like car shows and stuff. It ends up being just so many Mustangs that I'd rather do something a little different. But the Mach E isn't a Mustang anyways, so who cares?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Something if it does not bump up, you won't be able to see out. You know what? Yes, you would be able to see it out if you did it better. He's talking about like that bubble. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything is better than the Tesla truck with the unbreakable window. Yeah, how'd that work for you? Solar charging would be great. And yeah, Larry's popping in about the Prius cockroach. The truck is a Prius for, I don't know what she means by that. Never noticed how far back the driver sits in the Tesla. And I think maybe that might be the thing that also throws me off about it. Because I feel like it's just this like elongated. Yeah. Let's see. Not a Mustang. Never heard of a Mustang, damn it. How have you never heard of? You've clearly got to be eating too many of those peas. Agree, not a Mustang. Never heard of a Taurus crossover. And so when did you say the last time that was made? 2008?
2008 and 2009. Those are the 2 years they made it.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
That is called a hatchback is what, when it's not necessarily a station wagon, when it's just kind of a,
when it's a car, but it extends just a little bit and then the whole back opens.
Yeah.
I had a friend who had a Geo Metro hatchback and apparently he put subs in the thing, and if he turned his volume up, the hatch would open.
I could see that. I had a 1989 Honda Civic hatchback in high school, and I had two 12-inch Rockford Fosgate P2s with an 1,000-watt Kenwood amp. and the back windows for the back seat were these little like latching flap things.
Mhm.
And if I really gave her the juice, it would pop one of those open. Like it wouldn't break it, but it would just like pop the latch on it. So I could see that, you know.
I
A little
almost
Geo Metro though.
had a hatchback. I'm pretty sure it was a hatchback when I went to buy the '93 Taurus. I bought it from Orinoco Auto Parts, a junkyard. I literally bought it from a junkyard, under $1,000, and yeah. Anyway,
That's what I need to do.
but I had first went and bought a slightly cheaper Ford Escort hatchback, and then it was having trouble immediately. It didn't make it home before the transmission was having issues. So I turned around and we went back and said, I don't know what to do about this. It didn't even make it home. And I'm pretty sure they gave me the Taurus at the same price, even though it was $100 more. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Nice.
And then I loved the car. It was a great car.
So I figured out what Larry meant. He hadn't heard of a Mustang, damn it. Like, that's the name. This isn't my Mustang, damn it.
Yep.
Shut up, Larry.
That sounds like a joke I'd make.
Yeah, that does sound like a joke you would make. Shut up, Justin. Yeah, that's why these cars were on Mars. They didn't want them here. I'm talking about the Total Recall cars. That's just funny.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's move on. Where were we at? So we got that one.
We can talk about this one real quick.
Yeah, what do you
This
got?
won't take long. Nintendo turning to DLSS, maybe. It's rumored. For better graphics on the Switch. So right now, you know, your Switch has a 720p screen on it, right? And when you dock it, it goes to 1080p.
Yes.
And it's running native resolution. Well, in theory...
Time out just real quick. Deep learning super sampling?
Yeah, deep learning or deep
DLSS?
learned. I don't know if it's for sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, that or extremely close.
Just so people know, it is the ability to take one resolution and upscale it
using AI to do so.
Sorry, continue. Just in case people didn't know.
Yeah, it's built into NVIDIA video cards. Any of the RTX video cards has it. The Switch is based on an NVIDIA chip, but not one that has DLSS built into it.
Yeah. It's an older chip. So, I mean, how long is the Switch now?
It's a Tegra chip.
Okay.
So it's not even a video card chip. It's the handheld chip. It's like a processor, yeah. Because it does the video too, but it's not like a video card chip. It's an all. Be
like an chip. APU.
Kind of, yeah, basically. Yeah. That's probably a good description of it. And so if they add DLSS to the Switch, that means it wouldn't need to be that much more powerful. Could stay pretty well, because the handheld will stay 720 because you don't really need more than that on that little screen. But then when you dock it, it can go all the way up to 4K.
That would be nice
on similar-ish hardware.
Yeah, to where you're not really like. I feel like the form factor of the Switch, there's not much that can be improved in my opinion. And you're right, 720 on that screen, more than enough. If you get an AMOLED screen in there, even better. Which is that's what they're talking about with the Some people are calling it the Switch Pro or just a revamp or but yeah, that's really that's pretty slick.
If you threw a 1080 screen in there, I wouldn't complain. And you probably you could tell it would probably be a little bit better, but for the most part, for playing video games, like you're gonna be fine.
If anything, I would want a faster refresh rate or smoother than sharper image. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Most of the things that you play on a Switch are very cartoonish. You're not trying to play like a like a real like detailed game. So you don't really need.
Is there
that
Cyberpunk
resolution
on the Switch?
What?
I don't know.
Looks like no, I don't think Cyberpunk is on the Switch because I'm pretty sure you would install it and it would just melt. But yeah,
you can
so
play it on the Switch, but you have to use cloud gaming to do so.
I was about to say, yeah, there's probably some way to do it.
Oh, you hacked the system to use Stadia.
Yes, because you can basically a Nintendo Switch is a phone. It runs Android, or you're capable of loading into Android on it.
Yeah,
Just did a
its
whole
native
video.
OS isn't it isn't Android, but the Android can be installed because there's
same architecture.
with the NVIDIA Tegra chips, there are phones that run Android that have the same chips. So yeah, you can just install Android on it.
Yeah, and then you can launch Stadia on that, or NVIDIA Now, or GeForce Now is what it's called. So
yeah,
I heard the 32-bit board on the Ender 3 V2 has an ARM processor. Oh, we're getting into 3D printing all of a sudden. Ender 3 V2, which is, if I were to buy another printer, I'd probably pick up one of these just because it's got just everything.
I don't know if it's going to list what specific processor it uses.
I'm gonna throw this up. I'm just on their page here. You got the stepper drivers. Yeah, it doesn't really say what kind of processor they're using. For those of you that want to be in the know, this is the Ender 3 V2. Definitely, I think the way to go, especially getting into 3D printers. Like for the price, you get just everything you could really want.
The Ender 3 V2 uses STM32F103 ARM processor.
Let's pull that up.
An
Where
ARM
did you see that?
Cortex M3.
Oh.
Oh, stop. Sure, whatever.
Right? Yes, we know there's cookies out there. I'm still waiting for mine to arrive in the mail.
Yeah, so right here is a Reddit
The
post.
STM32F103, which you look that up. Oh, okay.
Which has a whole bunch of different versions of it.
Nice. Yes, you are correct.
Maximum CPU speed is 72 megahertz. I don't know.
Oh, I feel like it could be more, but or do you feel like 72 megahertz on an ARM CPU?
Yeah,
that'd be an old CPU.
That's real low.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time to move on to our big topic here. Microsoft is trying to buy Discord. They're in talks to buying it, which Justin and I were talking about this earlier. And Microsoft is, they have a couple different things. Like we use Skype for the video calling here. They have Teams, Microsoft Teams. They did have, what was the other one you were talking about before that they get rid of?
So they have Skype, Teams, and a long time ago they had Windows Messenger.
Windows Messenger. I thought there was something else in there that they had, but I digress. So they're currently in the talk for trying to buy Discord for $10 billion, more than $10 billion. This was after recently they were, where are we at here? Company raised $100 million at a $7 billion valuation last year. So basically, in my understanding of business speak like this, because I'm not the brightest bulb of the bunch. I know you guys disagree with that, but just bear with me. Is supposedly this company is worth $7 billion, and they've got backing up to $100 million now, and now somebody's in the talks to try and buy that for $10 billion with a B. And I'm kind of against it, kind of okay with it. I'm on the fence, really. I like Discord the way it is. If they could take Discord and just improve on little things, great. If they take Discord and try and change it too much, I think it's going to be a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Microsoft taking it because, like, when Microsoft took over Skype, they integrated Skype into, and they made it a second version of it called Skype for Business, and they took over Windows Messenger. And,
that was the other one that I was thinking was Skype for Business.
Oh yeah, that's literally Skype, but using different servers is all it is.
Yeah.
And so they took and they added some of the features of Messenger to Skype, but for the most part, Skype was left alone, and Skype kept being Skype. And I imagine they'd do something similar with Discord, which would be fine.
Yeah.
And if they added some of the Skype features to Discord or the Teams features to Discord,
or they just get rid of Skype and make Discord the new thing.
Or
no,
right, but that's what they would
like
have to do to get rid of Skype is they'd have to take and add some of the things that people actually use Skype for and add it to Discord, and then they could get rid of Skype.
So I think the only real kind of like deeper thing about Skype is the fact that Skype is meant for more of a, like, it's designed for more of a one-on-one call versus, like, I guess I guess you don't necessarily have to join a channel in order to make a one-on-one call, right?
Right. Yeah. You
Like,
can
as
just
long as
have
you're friends with somebody
and contact them directly. And Skype was actually, while it's used one-on-one, its original goal was groups.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in reality, what Skype is trying to accomplish is what Discord accomplishes way better. Plus, Discord has communities.
Yeah, and Discord also has a better audio, in my opinion, and that's why we use Discord audio versus the Skype audio for these streams.
Yeah, Discord has a better codec, better compression, better quality on the compression. There's definitely places that Skype has kind of stagnated, and Discord being new, innovated on and made it better. And I hope that would continue. Who was all buying it? Microsoft was considering buying it.
Then that's where I was going to lead into next is Epic Games is also in negotiation, and Amazon is also in negotiation. Justin's just like, no to Epic. Now, you brought this up earlier. Why are you against Epic?
Because, okay, so Microsoft, so the top three are Microsoft, Amazon, Epic. Microsoft, probably mostly leave it alone. Amazon, I imagine probably mostly leave it alone. That's probably okay. Epic would probably immediately integrate it into their Epic launcher, require you to have an Epic account, and make it so that you are buying games through Discord, which I think you can do right now, but it's not really pushed.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure that on Discord there's a tab somewhere where you can view and buy games. But is it on the home screen? I don't remember.
Anyways.
But yeah, there's a place you can go to do that. But I'm pretty sure that they would push that. That'd become the main thing about Discord is pushing Epic games.
Yeah. And Rod Priester just jumped in the chat here. Thanks for joining us, Rod. And he brought up a really good point. If something were to happen to Discord that basically made it just go to shit, another one would pop up. Like, somebody will be like, you know what? I can make something better than what this is now. That's really how Discord's come about. I mean, it used to be TeamSpeak back in the day for voice, or Ventrilo, or, and then all of a sudden we start getting like Skype, which adds video and you can do voice chats. And then now, we've evolved to the point where, like, Discord is huge. You have it for companies have their own channels. You have YouTubers have their own channels. We're barely the definition of a YouTuber here at the Tech Tutorium, and we have our own channel. It's so easily accessible, I think, is what really just kind of makes it good. So, but yeah, I'd be interested to see, what ultimately comes of it. Because, Microsoft could bring something new to them and, make Discord just that much better. Having more money to back it, not a bad idea. While reading this article, I did find out a couple things that I didn't know before. And that was, well, I kind of knew this one. Microsoft had purchased or had sought purchasing TikTok and Pinterest last year. But they didn't actually buy it. But what they have bought recently was, where did it go? ZeniMax Media, which is actually the owners of the Elder Scrolls and Doom publisher Bethesda. So Microsoft owns both of those. I didn't know that. Did you?
I think I remember hearing about the Microsoft Bethesda thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
ZeniMax,
beyond
did you know
that, I Microsoft is always like in the works buying something.
right? But, let other people develop it. And then one thing I've kind of noticed, like with a lot of these things, is they're really like pushing the gaming side of things lately. Like between Xbox and then you get, when you're buying developers, they bought Mahjong, Minecraft. They bought that. They bought Elder Scrolls. They bought Doom. I'd like to just one of these days go through a list and be like, who all do they not own? So it's growing. I mean, they're still a pretty hefty competitor in the technology market. Not so much with hardware, but on the software side of things. So, Larry says used TeamSpeak a lot when playing Uru. What was Uru?
I don't recognize Uru.
Uru ages beyond Mist. Oh, it was a Mist series. Okay.
See, I played Mist, and there was it Raven or something? Was it the sequel to Mist?
Never played Mist. I always read about it. I mean, I saw it. It looked like a cool game, but.
So Mist it had Mist, Riven, Mist 3 Exile. Is that like Path of Exile? I'm going to be playing a new game. After the stream is done, I am going to be playing a different action RPG. I'm going to stream it for a little bit tonight. First look, never played it. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it's called. Anyways. All right. Well, do you have anything else? Because otherwise we're going to just wrap her up in a tight little bow here.
Just a quick throwback to the ARM processor thing, 73 megahertz. Well, the fastest 3D printer board you can buy right now that's generally compatible is the one that I have, as far as I know. It's the fastest you can get right now. Runs at 120 megahertz. So
it's not far off.
It's not far off. It is faster than some, but it's not as fast as a lot of things could be. So just wanted to throw out that last
nice little follow up there.
Nugget.
Anything else?
OnePlus is having a watch. 2 weeks charge.
OnePlus watch.
The OnePlus watch.
A 2-week charge time makes me wonder, is that really going to be like
week's worth of charge in 20 minutes? It looks like it.
And so
kinda.
We'll just bring this up real quick. OnePlus, we'll wrap up on this one. The OnePlus watch. So to me, do you have any other screenshots? Because that seems more like a Fitbit.
I think that's what they're going for, competing with.
See, I'm looking for more of like you have the Galaxy Watch. I have the Fossil Watch, where it's like an all-around, all-encompassing watch. Where you can do text messages, phone calls, and just a little better UI versus I feel like the Fitbit UI is just kind of bare bones. But it really doesn't look bad, does it? Except for that like nylon band. I just don't like those.
Yeah, but it looks like it's the same as the Samsung. You can place it with whatever band you want.
Yeah.
Smartphone free music.
So how much? Oh, 4 gigs of storage. I'm trying to think what mine has. Because
I
that's
think
really only like 2. Well,
mine's
after
4
you load
gigs.
everything. I want to say mine's 4, but I could be wrong. So Gen 5 storage.
I mean, as if it plays music, they're showing it in water. It has your workout stuff. Like, I imagine it will tell you when somebody calls. Hopefully, let you answer the call. Well, look here. Look, looks like he's talking to him right here. Seamless connectivity, Bluetooth
Oh,
5.
oh, that's dumb. So there's the Gen 5 LTE now in the Fossil line,
Oh
which is
yeah,
what I want, but it's only available for Verizon. Uh,
yeah. It's the
online.
so it goes on sale April 14th, $160. Doesn't look bad. Maybe I'll pick one up. Probably not. I don't
Yeah,
even use my watch anymore
really? Why not?
because I don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
uh,
I suppose.
if I'm around all my technology, I don't need something banging around on my wrist. I thought I would use it more than I actually do. It's not.
Oh, see, literally wear mine every single day. So, but
But
I
you
actually go out.
you go out and when you're
I'm
working, having that on your wrist would be really useful.
8 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of storage. Sorry, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of storage. I could load up so many songs on there.
Yeah. Well, I
I never
mean,
use it because
I don't know.
typically anywhere I have my phone, I have my
I
watch.
think the
So
big thing is the 2 weeks of charge and get a week's worth in 20
yeah,
minutes.
that's the thing.
That's
That's what makes me wonder is like how are they getting that? Like how are they getting 2 weeks? Right?
yeah.
Like that's just insane. I wish my watch lasted for 2 weeks. It will last all day. Basically, I'm not wearing it right now, but typically I wear it all day and even while I sleep because they updated it. It has sleep tracking now. And then when I get up in the morning, when I hop in the shower, I throw it on to charge and it's charged by the time I'm done doing my, you know, morning routine of getting ready. So,
Yeah, mine would get depending on how much I used it, which honestly I used it very little when
mhm.
I had it or when I would actually wear it. Um I used it very little. 3 days max
Really?
if I didn't
Yeah.
use it very much. And
I might be
if
able to
I
speed up.
actually used it, a day. It would last me
Yeah.
all day,
Okay.
and I
So
could
I was
probably
about to because
sleep
like
in
I
it.
use mine fairly regularly, and I have most of the like features turned on, like the lift to wake and stuff, so that eats through the battery pretty well. uh, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be great if my watch lasted 2 weeks, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
And it's not necessarily like if you've got a routine that works for you that you don't need it to last that long, then
Yeah,
it's not that
exactly.
important to you. But I can see a lot of people, it's like, you know what? I go away for a weekend and I don't bring my charger for my watch with me. I'm going to, you know,
So you say 2 weeks. I'm wondering because there's a battery saver mode that turns it into like a basic watch with like a minimal notification list. I wonder if it's something like that. Like,
it says 1 week for power users, 2 weeks light use.
hmm,
Is what it said. And mine has that too. And if I turn that on, my watch will last 2 weeks.
yeah,
Fair,
I know that. Well, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, well, mine would last that long if I did, that power saver mode. But yeah, it's saying even if it doesn't last 2 weeks of normal use, that the company complains. 1 week firing at all cylinders. 1 week just going to town. It's still miles ahead of the Galaxy Watch 3 and Apple Watch, which barely make it to the 48-hour mark. But my thing is who was wearing their watch 48 hours straight?
I'm thinking it's like if you're the kind of person who you drove, you come up here for the weekend. You didn't bring
Hmm.
you bring your watch charger with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could see
Then
that.
you're spending all weekend and you don't have a charger with you. Because that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like with mine, I can't charge it if I don't have that wireless dock with me.
Yours only charges wirelessly?
Mine only charges wirelessly.
Oh, see, I guess we
It
use it.
should, because now I've got the new version of the phone. This should do the vampiric drain charge, whatever it's called.
Yep.
It should do that. I've not tried that. I should probably try that. But there are other, like, I bought this pad that has 3 charge spots on it because I was like, oh, I could just put my phone on one, my wife's phone on the other, and one of our watches in the middle, and whatever. And then when we go places, we bring that with us, and take turns charging things, and have 3 spots, charge things overnight. It just flashes red when I put my watch on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
something about not being the right power. Strength, not the maybe it's not in quite the right spot.
My Fossil watch it has a charger similar to like an Apple Watch, where it's just this round little disc. Apple Watches, I think, are wireless also. I could be wrong, but mine has 2 little like snake teeth right in the middle of that charger. Because if you look at, I wish I had my watch on me. If you look at the back of it, there's just 2 metal rings that go all the way around. And it's just contact charging. So no matter how you twist it, it's always contacting those 2. So to me, that seems like a better design based off of what you're describing of having to use that charger.
If you don't have that charger with the 2 pins, it's the same problem.
But that's a little bit easier to transport than like a little pad. I mean,
the thing is smaller than this mouse that it sits on.
Oh, okay. The way I was picturing it was like this like beefy pad. I'm like,
no, it's a tiny little thing. It's smaller than the watch itself, but
well, now there's always drawbacks.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I don't know. Apparently Larry wears his for 48 hours straight. Well, good for you, Larry. Your Fitbit can just keep on going. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight. Stormer says, I always have my watch on. I'm too lazy to remove it and put it back all the time. Like I said, I only put mine back in the mornings, or right now it's sitting, I don't know where. I took it off because I was tired earlier.
I also I have a condition called dermatographia, which hasn't been playing nice with the watch too. So that's maybe a bigger reason as to why I'm not wearing it now that I think about it.
He scratches himself and goes.
I get basically hives from any real amount of pressure on my skin. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, I could definitely see that being a big issue. But on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Larry, Bill Wilson, Lydia, Stormer. Who else am I missing? I saw
Alan
Rod Priester in here.
Don't forget Alan.
Don't forget Alan. Yep, can never forget Alan. Mark Gump. Did I say that? Bill Wilson. I think that's everybody. You know what? Thank you all. If I missed you, I do apologize. I don't think we don't have that many.
If he missed you, he doesn't care about you.
Shut your mouth. How dare you? No, thank you guys for stopping by. All you guys every weekday, week in and week out, you come and listen to us rant about random stuff, and I don't know how you find us entertaining. I mean, I get tired of hearing my own voice after about 2 seconds. So
but I mean, I know how that goes.
No. No, thank you guys though. I do appreciate all the support you guys give us, and you really help kind of drive these videos with the chats, or these streams with the chats. So do appreciate it. I believe we're back next week. I don't have anything that's going to prevent me. Are you good for next week?
I'm good as far as I know.
Good. Yeah, as far as life goes, we'll find out. But we will see you next week. Same tech time, same tech channel, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. Are we in daylight time now or standard time? I don't know what's going on.
Central Stupid Time. We'll just call
Central
that.
Time. Central. We'll just go CT, Central Time. So, but thank you all. Larry, I hate you so much. Thank you all. Have a great night and goodbye.
Bye.